Hey everyone, I'm here with a 2016 Volkswagen Passat SE, and today I want to go over 5 things that you didn't know about this generation of the Volkswagen Passat that was sold in the US and China and was built at the Chattanooga, Tennessee US manufacturing facility. The first thing you didn't know about this 7th generation B7 Volkswagen Passat from 2012 to 2022 is that if you have the key start, so not the keyless ignition, but just the normal physical key start ignition, and you put the key into the ignition here and turn it to the accessory mode, and if you try just cranking it without putting your foot on the brake, you'll get a message saying depress the brake with an exclamation point. And you can keep on holding the key like I am right now, and as soon as you hit that brake pedal, then the engine starts right up and there's no delay. It doesn't matter what order you put the key in and twist or hit the brake, as long as your foot hits the brake at any point in the sequence of starting the vehicle, the car will start, which is not very common for a keyed ignition to actually require you to put the foot on the brake. A keyless ignition, it's more common to make sure the driver's there in the driver's seat before they start up the vehicle. But in a keyed ignition vehicle, requiring to hit the brake pedal is kind of rare. And then on top of that, you don't have to press the brake pedal first. You just have to press the brake pedal at any time in the sequence of starting the vehicle. So kind of a unique thing to this generation of the Passat. The second thing you didn't know about this generation B7 Passat from 2012 to 2022 is that the steering wheel is actually offset from the driver by almost an inch, about 2/3 to 3/4 of an inch. It's offset to the right. I have the camera here pointed exactly straight forward from the center line of my body, and you can tell the VW emblem is slightly offset to the right, and it should be more along the lines of like right here. So that results in about an inch offset to the right of the driver. And the reason for this is that this car is actually based on the B6 generation of the Volkswagen Passat, meaning that it was a little bit more narrow for that generation. And when VW wanted to widen the platform, the NMS platform for the B7 2012 Passat, they were constrained by the steering column being placed right here in the vehicle and the suspension and chassis architecture not accommodating an easy move to the left for the steering column. It would have resulted in a lot more money being spent in mostly a new chassis architecture being developed. So since that was out of budget, they just widened the vehicle by a couple inches on the left and on the right in order to widen the cabin space and increase passenger comfort, but they left the steering wheel slightly offset from the driver. So unless you see it, or unless you know it's there, you won't see it usually for a little while if you own the vehicle. But it's something that once you see, you don't really unsee. Other vehicles have done this before, such as the 2010 to 2016 Mercedes E-Class, when it was based on, heavily based on that 2003 to 2008 E-Class. And they widened the passenger compartment the same way, and they had to keep the steering wheel in the same place to minimize investment costs. And I think a lot of vehicles that were developed in the 2007 to 2010 era, such as this vehicle, were based on platforms that preceded these because of the financial crisis at the time. So the lack of investment caused this steering wheel to be offset from the driver, and that continued all the way through the 2016 refresh as well as the 2020 refresh of the Volkswagen Passat B7 generation, and all the way until it was discontinued after 2022. The third thing you didn't know about the B7 generation Volkswagen Passat from 2012 to 2022 is that the vehicle will actually not cut out the audio or the interior electronics during a vehicle restart if you are in accessory mode with the key in the accessory mode here, or the power button in that mode. And let's say you're listening to music, you're having a sandwich, you're just relaxing with the engine not on but the accessories on, and you wanted to restart the vehicle without cutting out your song, or if the passenger's touching the touch screen at the same time that you're restarting the car, it won't turn off the touch screen when you're restarting the vehicle. And this is enabled by a more robust battery, as well as just a revised electrical architecture and software that allows the vehicle to handle those extra loads to start the vehicle while handling the electrical system that's turned on in the vehicle. And the intelligent battery sensor that's mounted near the battery of the vehicle under the hood is a main contributor and enabler of that system. So if I turn on the radio here and leave it on static so we don't have any copyright issues, and you can hear that static right now, so don't mind that, but if I press the brake and start the vehicle while it's in accessory mode, the radio doesn't cut out, the touchscreen doesn't turn off at all, and the interior electronics remain on. So that's really nice that the customer satisfaction is improved and perceived quality is improved by allowing that electrical system to stay on while the vehicle is restarted. The fourth thing you didn't know about the Volkswagen Passat B7 Generation is that if you get out of the vehicle with the windows down, and let's say you turn off the vehicle, I'll keep the windows open here a little bit, but you have the engine on, you come to a stop, you put the vehicle in park, and then you shut off the key here, turn off the car, pull out the key, and you get out of the vehicle. Within about 30 seconds, if you get out and realize that the windows are down and you need to roll them up, all you have to do is pull this switch here, just the driver's side switch, all the way up and hold. And all the windows in the vehicle will close automatically, so you don't have to get in and have to restart the vehicle in order to close all your windows. So that's a really nice feature that VW included, just in case you forget to close those windows when you put the car in park, shut it off and get out. It's really nice that that is a feature on this car. And the fifth and final thing you didn't know about the B7 Generation Passat from 2012 to 2022 is that all of these models use an Aisin built and designed 6-speed automatic transmission with the 5th and 6th gears as overdrive gears. Aisin is a wholly owned subsidiary of Toyota, or is majority owned by Toyota Motor Company. So it's very interesting that such a robust transmission was chosen to supply the VW Passat powertrain system. So the 6-speed automatic is very efficient. It shifts to neutral automatically when you leave the car and drive and you come to a stop, either in traffic or a stoplight or stop sign. The car will say it's in drive, but actually will shift to neutral in the background to save gas, so the torque converter is not activated. But as soon as you ease off the brake pedal and apply the throttle, it shifts from neutral to drive seamlessly and allows you to get slightly better fuel economy without the engine having to turn off and turn back on like so many other cars do. The other good thing about this car is that it utilizes early torque converter lockup early on when you're driving. It results in a little bit of a jerky sensation when you're in stop and go traffic, and the shifts can feel a little rough. So once you're up to speed and the vehicle is in drive, that early torque converter lockup allows for really good efficiency while you're driving. So that's really nice that VW thought about the efficiency of this vehicle when designing it for the 7th generation. So that's 5 things you didn't know about the 7th generation VW Passat built at the Chattanooga, Tennessee VW assembly plant from 2012 to 2022. This includes models that were the original design in 2012 based on the B6 generation Passat NMS platform, and was refreshed for 2016 and 2020 before it was discontinued in 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the section below. Thank you for watching and have a good one.